I come from Bukura village in Kenya, and in my community, most families are female-headed. But majority of these women that head these families are languish in poverty and they struggle to make ends meet. So how can we uplift rural women from poverty? And here's one solution I came up with, rapid farming. In 2008, I finished my primary education at Nairobi Primary School. And when I finished my education, I delayed in joining high school because at that time, I didn't have school fees and my mom, who was the family breadwinner, had just lost her job. So I went back to the village to stay with my grandparents. And during that time, I volunteered as a teacher at a local primary school called Bukuru Educational Complex, where I tutored students in maths, English, and science. And during this tuition, I came to discover the different challenges these students faced in the education. Some could not pay their school fees, some did not have decent school uniform, and some could not even afford stationery. And the main cause for these problems in school was poverty in their homes. So I decided to come up with an income-generating project for their parents to support them, to enable them to support their children in school. And with the knowledge I had, I started rabbit rearing. And I chose rabbits and not chicken or cows like most people in my village do because of various reasons. So rabbits are the most productive in domestic livestock. Rabbits only take 6 months to mature, and the gestation period is only 30 days. And on average, one female rabbit can give birth to 42 young ones in a year. They are also very easy and cheap to raise because they only feed on grass and water, which is readily available in the village. They also occupy less space, and they are most suitable therefore for small-scale farmers in rural villages. And their meat is on high demand in Kenya. This is because its white meat is very high in protein, in fact the highest compared to fish and chicken. And it has low fat levels. So as a result, most restaurants and hotels are willing to introduce it in their menu. So I went and talked to the head teacher of the school about my idea of raising and selling rabbits to earn income to support underprivileged children in his school. And he was ready and willing to support me as long as it benefited his students. So I borrowed 40,000 Kenya shillings, which is equivalent to $5,500 as my startup capital from him. But I needed people to work with on this project since I couldn't work alone. And I couldn't use the student because some of them are still very young and they spend most of their time in school. So after identifying the needy kids in the school, I extended the invitation to their parents, specifically their mothers. And I chose women because it's mostly women in my community who struggle to educate their children. So in the end, I managed to convince 15 women to join me, and that was when I formed Women Rabbit Association. It's an organization of 15 women that specialize in rabbit breeding and selling in order to provide needy rural women and less privileged children a decent life and access to education. So at Women Rabbit Association, we raise and sell different breeds of rabbits, like the New Zealand White and the Palomino. And in a year, we produce around 200 rabbits, which we sell to restaurants in Kenya for meat. And the money we get is invested in 4 different areas. And one of these areas is education. Like I mentioned, the project is located in a school and we support underprivileged kids in that school. And this support is in terms of paying their school fees, buying uniform and stationery for those who can't. And since we began in 2009, so far, we are supporting 12 children in the school. We also buy maize and vegetable seeds, and these are grown on the women's farm mainly for consumption. In total, we have around a 3-acre farm on which we grow maize. And so since we began, we've been able to produce 70 bags of maize, which is an increase compared to what the women used to produce before this project. And this increase in production is due to the introduction of a new farming method, like use of organic manure. So on the farm, we use rabbit droppings as organic manure, and rabbit manure is the best compared to others because it has the highest content of ammonia and nitrogen. And we use rabbit urine, which is mixed with water as a direct insecticide on the farm. And in return, we use some of the vegetables and the maize leaves to feed the rabbits. That's our project is sustainable. I also lend, from the money we get, I also lend loans to the women I work with. And the main reason behind the lending of the loan is to enable them venture into their own small businesses apart from rabbit farming for more sustainability. So far, 6 women have been able to benefit from this, and they have money to start their own businesses like selling of fruits, vegetables, or then salons for hairdressing. And currently, I employ 15 women, and at the end of the month, they earn a salary. And this has created a sustainable source of income for them to provide and cater for their family needs. But even though we've been able to succeed so far, we face challenges in our project. And the main challenge we face at the moment is inadequate land. But being located in a school that's already small, it's hard for us to expand and achieve some of the future plans which I'll share with you in a moment. So for us to expand, we need to buy at least a 3-acre farm outside the school but in the same area for expansion. And it's ironic that one of our problems is meeting the demand. So in Kenya, rabbit meat is on demand because of its nature, but our production is still quite low to meet the demand we face. And this is because we operate in hatches right now. So if we were to expand and meet our demand, we'll have to build a multiplication unit. So this is one of our future plans. Buy land outside the school by the same area, and then establish a multiplication unit. And with this unit, we'll be able to produce around 800 rabbits in a year compared to the 200 we do now. And that's, with 800 rabbits, we've definitely been able to meet our demand. And the more we sell, the more the income and the more the impact. And we're also planning to establish our own slaughterhouse. So we sell live rabbits to restaurants in Kenya. But the advantage of having a slaughterhouse is that we get both the meat and the farm, and we can directly deliver the meat to restaurants in Kenya, and then sell the fat to companies that manufacture things like scarves, gloves, etc. in Kenya. And as a result, we get more income because we'll be selling two products, both the meat and the farm. So in short, that's the project, that's what we do at Women Rabbit Association. And just to conclude, I know that poverty is a major crisis in Africa. In fact, it's one of the most common images that's used to present Africa. We continue to die in starving children. But though I believe though it's an outstanding issue, we do not have to do outrageous projects or build up industries in every town to end poverty. Small but great and innovative ways can fight poverty. And the good news, as Nelson Mandela once said, is that poverty is not a natural event. It's man-made, and therefore it can be eradicated by actions of human beings like